Story 1. Forced to be her borrowed mom because I'm infertile. The fight went down like this. I, 32F, have been through hell and back over the past year. Last spring, I got the gut punch of a lifetime. I can't have kids. Ever. I'm not diving into the gory medical details. Imagine a doctor's appointment that ends with your entire future imploding, and you'll get the gist. It's been a brutal, soul-crushing slog to even get out of bed some days. I've been in therapy, crying into tissues about the family I'll never have, while my husband 34M has been my rock. He's held me through the breakdowns, made me tea at 3 a.m., and even floated the idea of adoption when I'm ready. But right now, I'm still grieving. It's like there's a hole where my heart used to be, and I'm just trying to figure out how to live with it. Enter my younger sister, 29F, who's always been the human equivalent of a glitter bomb, sparkly, loud, and completely oblivious to the mess she leaves behind. She had her first kid, a boy, 8 months ago with her on-again, off-again boyfriend 30M, who's basically a walking red flag. Think forgets her birthday, but posts gym selfies energy. Since the baby arrived, she's been dropping these little comments that hit like emotional shrapnel. Oh, you're so good with him. You were born to be a mom, or he lights up around you. You've got that maternal vibe. Like, sure, on paper, it's a compliment, but every word feels like a knife twisting in my gut. I can't be a mom. Okay, I'd kill for stretch marks and sleepless nights, but biology said, nah, she knows this. I've sobbed to her about it, and yet she keeps going. It's been escalating. She started hinting I should pitch in more with the baby, like I'm some underutilized auntie resource. I've brushed it off because I love my nephew, even if every giggle makes me ache for what I've lost. But then, last week, she dropped the nuclear bomb. Picture this. I'm on the couch, scrolling X, trying to unwind after a brutal day of Zoom meetings for my full-time work-from-home job. She FaceTimes me out of nowhere, all giddy, and goes, "Hey Sue, me and boyfriend booked a last-minute Vegas trip. Can you watch baby for us? It's just 3 days. 3 days. Not an afternoon, not a quick swing by so I can shower. 72 hours of solo baby duty. I'm not a daycare. I have deadlines, a dog to walk, and a shred of sanity to protect." I stammered out no, I can't. I'm swamped with work, thinking that'd be the end of it. Nope. Her face goes all tight, and she hits me with this, "Well, I just figured since you don't have kids, and probably never will, you'd appreciate the experience. Some of us don't get a break from being moms. You know, you've got all this free time." I swear, time stopped. My jaw hit the floor. Did she really just say that? My infertility isn't a golden ticket to be her on-call nanny. I couldn't even process it at first. It was like my brain short-circuited from the sheer audacity. Then the rage kicked in. I snapped, hard. "You know what?" I said, voice shaking. "Maybe you should have thought about no breaks before popping out a kid with a guy who'd rather flex in a casino than change a diaper. I'm not your free babysitter just because my uterus is a dead-end street." Boom. Silence. Her eyes went wide, then shiny with tears. She choked out, "Wow, you're so bitter and jealous. I thought you'd be grateful to have a baby in your life at all," and hung up. I sat there, fuming, replaying it, wondering if I'd just torched our relationship for good. Cue the fallout. She's been sobbing to our mum, 58F, who called me the next day to say I was cruel and hit below the belt. Mum's all. She's a stressed new mom. You should have been gentler and just said no. You owe her an apology. Meanwhile, my husband's team chaos. He says she's had it coming for months with her clueless jabs, and I finally gave her the reality check she deserved. My best friend 33F thinks I'm NTA, but maybe could have dialed back the dead-end uterus spice. I'm torn. I know I could have stayed calmer, but I'm so damn exhausted of smiling through the pain, exhausted of people acting like being childless. Makes me a utility player in their parenting game. We haven't spoken since. She posted some vague Instagram story yesterday. Think family should lift you up, not tear you down, with a crying emoji, and I'm pretty sure it's about me. Now I'm spiraling. Was I too harsh? Did I let my grief weaponize my words? Or was she the asshole for treating my trauma like a perk she can cash in? AITA. Story 2. I ended him after this creepy betrayal. Now he says I ruined his life. I 19F was at home with my boyfriend 22M that day. We'd been dating for about 8 months. And honestly, things had been pretty decent, or so I thought. My parents were out with my little sister 13F, and we were just chilling. Nothing special. I decided to run to the shops real quick for some snacks. But halfway there, I changed my mind, call it a gut feeling or whatever. I turned back home, figuring it wasn't worth the trip. When I walked through the door, I didn't even have time to process what I was seeing. There he was, my boyfriend, pants down, masturbating on my little sister's bed. Her room, her private, innocent space with her pastel unicorn sheets and stuffed animals still lined up on the shelf. I froze for a second, my brain scrambling to make sense of it. And then he noticed me. He yanked his pants up so fast, you'd think he was auditioning for the Olympics, stammering some pathetic excuse like, "It's not what it looks like." Dude, it's exactly what it looks like. I lost it. I was shaking, grossed out, furious, everything at once. "What the hell are you doing in her room?" I screamed. He tried to play it off, mumbling something about how he just wandered in there, and it wasn't about her, but I wasn't hearing it. I told him to get the faff out of my house and that we were done. Done-izzo. Over. He started panicking, begging me not to kick him out, saying he'd explain everything if I just calmed down. Explain what? That he's a creep who gets off in a 13-year-old's room. I wasn't having any of it. I kept yelling at him to leave, and he finally switched tactics, pleading with me not to tell anyone. He was practically on his knees, going, "Please, I'll go. Just promise you won't say anything, this'll ruin me." I was so overwhelmed and just wanted him gone. So I snapped, "Fine, whatever. Just get out." He grabbed his stuff and bolted. I sat there for a while, staring at my sister's bed, feeling sick to my stomach. I couldn't even touch her stuff to fix it. I just left it and locked myself in my room. Eventually, I called my best friend 20F, who's basically my rock. I was bawling, spilling everything, and she was just as horrified as I was. She asked if she could tell a couple of our close mutual friends, because they'd want to know what kind of guy he is. I was still in shock, so I said, "Yeah, sure, whatever," trusting her to keep it low-key. I mean, I've known her forever. She wouldn't spread it if I told her not to. Right. Wrong. Word got out. Fast. By the next day, it was like wildfire. People in our friend group, his friend group, even randoms at college were talking about it. Someone must have posted it in a group chat or something, because suddenly he's persona non grata. His buddies ditched him. Girls on campus started warning each other to steer clear, and I heard he even got uninvited from some big party he'd been hyping up for weeks. Total social exile. Then the text started. My phone blew up with messages from him, angry ones, desperate ones. You name it. "You promised you wouldn't tell anyone. You've ruined my life over nothing. I'm losing everything because of you." He's been trying to spin some BS story to anyone who'll listen, claiming I misunderstood and that he was just in the wrong room or whatever. But people aren't buying it. They believe me, especially since I've got no reason to lie about something this messed up. Now he's painting me as the villain, saying I'm a liar and a drama queen who exaggerated everything to ruin him. A couple of his die-hard friends even messaged me, calling me tar for spreading rumors instead of handling it privately. Meanwhile, my friends are saying I dodged a bullet and that he's a predator who deserves worse than just losing his social life. My sister still doesn't know, thank God, but I'm terrified of her finding out and feeling violated in her own home. I feel kind of bad that it blew up this big. Like, yeah, he's a dark creep. But did I accidentally nuke his entire life by venting to my friend? I didn't mean for it to go this far, but I also didn't ask him to do something so disgusting in my sister's room. ATA. Story 3. Wife kicked out my cousins after their prank yesterday. My cousins, let's call them Jake, Mike, and Sarah, rolled up to my house like they owned the damn place. No heads up, no text, nothing. Just them and their posse of 7 random friends I've barely met, barging through my front door like it's some kind of frat house reunion. They're all loud, hyped up, and yelling about how we should all spend the honest together. I'm thinking, okay, fine, it's family. Maybe this'll be chill. Spoiler, it wasn't. We ended up cooking this massive meal, think sloppy tacos, half-burnt garlic bread, and way too much cheap tequila. Everyone's laughing, music's blasting, and honestly, It's the most fun I've had in a while. I'm 3 shots deep, joking with the guys about dumb stuff like who'd win in a fight, a bear or a shark, when out of nowhere, my wife storms into the room like a hurricane with a vendetta. Her face is red, her eyes are wild, and she grabs my arm so hard I almost drop my drink. "Are you cheating on me?" she hisses, loud enough for the whole house to hear. The room goes dead silent like crickets. I'm standing there, drunk and dumbfounded like, "What? No, babe. I'd never cheat on you. What the hell?" She doesn't even blink. She demands my phone, snatches it out of my hand, and marches off to our bedroom like she's about to uncover the scandal of the century. Locks the door. Gone. I'm left standing there with 10 pairs of eyes staring at me. Half of them smirking like this is some kind of reality TV plot twist. She's in there for 30 minutes, people. 30 minutes. I'm pacing outside, knocking like, "Babe, come on, what's going on?" While my cousin Jake is snickering into his beer like a jackass. When she finally comes out, she's holding my phone like it's a loaded gun. She jabs a finger in my face and goes, "If I ever find out you're cheating, I'll smack the soul out of you, and I won't stop there. No mercy." I'm still reeling, trying to piece together what just happened, when the girls in the group, Sarah and her 2 loudmouth friends, start giggling and admit it was an April Fool's prank. They'd cornered my wife in the kitchen earlier, all sneaky-like, and fed her this fake story about me texting some side chick. They thought it'd be hilarious. Yeah, real comedy gold, ladies. Here's the thing. My wife isn't just some random person I married on a whim. She's devoutly religious. Like prays every morning, church every Sunday religious. Getting her to say yes to me was a freaking miracle. I'm talking years of proving myself, meeting her family, the whole 9 yards. To her, marriage isn't just a contract, it's sacred. So this prank, it didn't just piss her off, it shook her to her core. My cousins and their idiot friends tried to backpedal, crowding around her like, "Oh, come on. It was just a joke. He's not cheating. Chill out." But my wife wasn't having it. She's vibrating with rage at this point, points at the door, and yells, "Get out of my house. All of you. I don't want to hear another word." They're stumbling over themselves, grabbing their jackets, muttering stuff like psycho under their breath as they shuffle out. I'm just standing there, caught between a rock and a hard place, trying not to make it worse. Once they're gone, my wife turns to me, still fuming. "If you ever cheat on me," she says, voice low and deadly, "I'll make sure you regret it. I didn't marry you just to find you sneaking around with some other woman." I'm practically on my knees at this point, swearing up and down that I'd never, ever do that to her. "They were pranking you, babe. It was stupid. I'm sorry." She cuts me off. "I don't like it. I don't want them near us again." I nod like my life depends on it, pointing out that she's got full access to my phone, my passwords, everything. "Just calm down," I say. "Don't let the tequila talk for you." She glares at me but eventually storms off to cool down. You'd think that'd be the end of it, right? Nope. My phone starts blowing up this morning with texts from Jake and Mike. "Bro, you shouldn't have let her kick us out like that. You should have explained it was a prank," Sarah chimes in with. "Your wife's unhinged, and you're her little slave." I'm livid. I fire back. "It was a shitty prank, you morons." "What did you expect? Her to laugh and high-five you? You're not welcome here for a while, deal with it." Now they're whining that we're the crazy ones, that I've changed since I got married, and I'm whipped. Oh, and they're telling mutual friends I've gone soft, painting me as some spineless husband who can't stand up to his control freak wife. Like, seriously, what were they expecting? That my wife, who's built her whole life around trust and faith, would just shrug off a prank about infidelity? Who even thinks that's funny? There's harmless pranks, like putting googly eyes on the fridge, and then there's this garbage, which is basically emotional sabotage. I'm starting to think they wanted drama, not laughs. Now my wife's barely speaking to me. My cousins are acting like I betrayed them, and I'm wondering if I'm the asshole for not playing peacemaker harder. AITA. Story 4. I took back $35K from my ex after she demanded I pay her sister's debt. Now she's suing me. All right, buckle up, because this drama has escalated to levels that even Reddit's juiciest threads couldn't predict. Here's the full Unfiltered update to my saga straight from the chaos factory that my life has become since I last posted. So, if you missed the original post, go dig it up. It's a wild ride. I 28M dumped my ex GF26F a couple weeks ago after she had the audacity to demand I pay off her sister's $42K student loans right after I'd already cleared her own $35K debt. For the curious, no, I'm not some trust fund baby or crypto bro. I hit a lucky streak gambling on stake and came out with a fat stack. I paid off her loans because I thought I was being a supportive boyfriend, not a damn ATM. YALL roasted her in the comments, called her entitled, and told me NTA unanimously. A bunch of you even said, yo, reverse that payment while you still can. So, I did. And oh boy, did that light the fuse on this dumpster fire. I called the loan servicer, laid out the whole messy story, how she pressured me, how I felt manipulated, and after some back and forth and a little begging, they actually reversed the $35K payment. Boom, money back in my account. Felt like a weight lifted until my ex found out. That's when the apocalypse hit. She went nuclear. My phone started buzzing like a beehive on crack, 50+ texts in under an hour. I'm talking full-on meltdown. You're a selfish prick. How could you do this to me? You're a liar and a thief, followed by a string of emojis that looked like a keyboard seizure. Then she switched gears, sobbing voicemails about how I ruined her life and betrayed her trust. Betrayed her trust. Babe, you were the one treating my wallet like a family charity fund. It gets worse. She's been running around telling anyone who'll listen that I stole from her. Stole. As if I hacked her bank account instead of taking back my own damn money that I never owed her in the first place. Her family's in on it now too. Her mum left me a voicemail saying they're consulting a lawyer and I'll pay for this. Yeah, good luck with that one. Susan, I've got receipts, timestamps, and a paper trail longer than a CVS receipt. Sue me. I'd love to see them try to explain this to a judge. Then, plot twist, her sister 29F, the one with the $42K debt, showed up at my apartment last night, unannounced, banging on my door like she's auditioning for a crime drama. I open it, and she's screaming, face red, mascara running. The works about how I ruined their plans and destroyed their future. Plans? What plans? Were they secretly plotting to bleed me dry and retire on a yacht? I asked her what the hell she meant, and she just kept yelling, "You know what you did," before storming off. I'm still baffled. Like, sorry your scam didn't pan out, I guess. My friends are completely divided on this. Half of them are living for the chaos, calling it savage but fair, and toasting me like I'm some vigilante hero. The other half think I'm the asshole for reversing the payment instead of just walking away clean. Dude, you stirred the pot, they say. Should have let it go. But here's my take. The second I took that money back, their true colors bled out like cheap dye. My ex and her sister didn't even wait 24 hours before they started scheming about how to spend the next chunk of my cash. That's not a red flag, that's a neon billboard screaming, "Run." Oh, and the cherry on top. I found out from a mutual friend that my ex posted a cryptic TikTok about toxic exes who sabotage you, complete with teary eyes and a Taylor Swift song. Subtle. It's racked up a few thousand likes, and now random strangers are in her comments calling me a monster without even knowing the story. I'm half tempted to make my own video and drop the whole truth bomb, but I'm not trying to turn this into a viral war yet. So, Reddit. Here I am again. Was I the ultimate petty king for taking my money back? Or should I have just eaten the loss and ghosted? Did I dodge a bullet or start a war? Hit me with your takes. I can handle the heat.